Oh, what's up, YouTube? So you may notice the Mach 1 is up on the lift, and I'll just pan around. You can see the wife's G8's over there. Melvin's 93 Cobra's here in the middle. It's actually going home this weekend. It is Thursday the 14th, Easter weekend basically. The 68 Charger's here. The TTSALEEN is there. Don't forget, Super Brandon over there chilling. And you're probably wondering, what in the world is the Mach 1 doing up on the lift? Very interesting. Well, it just goes to show you, it's been a tough week, by the way. I've got to have a cold beer. No product endorsement, but I sure do like Bud Light Lime. It's been an interesting week at work. A lot of, I guess, not information being passed around, a lot of changes happening, but you know, you find out who your friends are and aren't this week, which is interesting. People you think that you're friends and they end up not, or not keeping in the loop, or I don't know what the hell it is. But anyway, I'm sure it'll work itself out. Till then, you just keep your head low and you keep your mouth shut and you let people do whatever the hell they're doing and you keep being you. That's all you can be. So on that note, during the week, I am a company man 125%. And in my spare time, I am a grease monkey, the other 75%. So that's 200%, if that makes sense. So it has been long since forgotten, but I do have a black twin turbo TTSALEEN. I know you've probably forgotten about it because Elliot sits here under the car cover most of the time. That banner, those plaques, hoorah, who cares? Most of you follow me are probably so young you weren't even born when I did most of this crap. Acquired this car back in 2002. But when this car first hit the street with this super badass engine combo that's currently in it now, this twin turbo, it had a 6-speed transmission. And back then, it was super fast. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was fun as hell to drive on the street with a stick. That's why I built it. I built it to be a 1,000 horsepower street car, and that's what it was. It was fun to drive. But I would break shit every time I went to the track. I'd break the main shaft. And when I say break it, I mean like break it in half, like you put in a chop saw. And it would twist the splines on the output shaft to the drive shaft, like literally twist the splines. So it was making a lot of power. And these are Viper spec transmissions. These are the best of the best at the time, what you get. So fast forward, it's been 11 years since I put automatic in the car. And this radio isn't going, let me turn down a little bit. So it's been 11 years since I put automatic in the car. And as you know, I've had a couple different transmissions in the car since then. And it's kicked every one of them to the curb because it's just a powerhouse. It's just a 3,800 pound car, makes a lot of power. And when I turn the boost up on it, it goes through transmissions. Because the car's been sitting almost a year now since I put the motor back in it, I'm just tired of having it sit. So I've been looking for a way to get back on the road. And I found a good friend of mine, his name is Kevin Lockamy. He is a Fox body fanatic. If there's a Fox body in North Carolina, this guy knows about it, has owned it, has sold it, has seen it. He is a Fox body nut. He had one of the cleanest white 20,000 mile coupes I've ever seen. I got to detail it for him a couple years ago. This thing was phenomenally clean. And him and I laughed because he knows this car very well. This car is like a damn unicorn. Everybody knows this car. Those who know Melvin were surprised that when I brought out my channel that Melvin still had this car. Anyway, getting off subject. Anyway, Kevin, I got in touch with him through a friend of mine, Bobby Starks, and he just acquired a T56 combination, which is right up my alley because I was looking for a stick to actually put this car back together just so I can drive it again. I know a lot of you are going to say, what are you doing? But literally, I want to get this car where I can go drive it and have some fun with it. Is it going to go back to the track with a stick? Probably not, because I'll probably tear it up first pass that I go to launch it. I'll probably spit the main shaft right out of it like I've done in the past. But will it be a monster on the street? Abso-damn-lutely. Will it make cool turbo noises and scare the hell out of women and children and small, puny men? Yeah, it sure will. Will it blow the tires off in third gear at 100 miles an hour? You bet your ass it will. So, the problem is, this T56 is basically a stock Cobra 0304 Cobra T56. It's got the RXT clutch and all that stuff, but that's really what I used to have in the car. So what's gonna happen, and why this car is sitting on the lift, this car has the current baddest of the bad. It's got a T56 Magnum transmission with a 26 spline RXT clutch and a blow-proof QuickTime bell housing. So, as you can imagine, I'm going to take this combination out and I'm gonna put that in the black TTSALEEN. And the stuff I'm gonna get from Kevin, which is basically a 04 Cobra transmission with the same clutch, RXT clutch, that combination is going to this car. This car makes 800 horsepower. That combination will be absolutely perfect for this car. But this upgraded Magnum transmission and the 26 spline RXT clutch and all that is really designed for a higher horsepower car. It's a little overkill for this car, but it's perfect for this car, don't get me wrong. It runs great in this car, shifts great. I just haven't had a chance to track this car yet. And I wanted to do that. I just don't have time right now these days to do it. So opportunity came up to put a T56 in the black car. And to do that, I'm gonna take the better one here out, put it in the black car, and take the one I'm getting from Kevin and put it in this car. So this car is still gonna be, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know it, it's gonna have a McLeod RXT clutch and be a 6-speed transmission, and it'll go down the road and shift and do everything it's doing today. And there you go. But the next time you see the black car out and about, it will have a Magnum T56, a McLeod RXT clutch, and I'll be driving it around. So I just want to give you kind of an update. Like I say, it's about to be Easter 2022. I haven't updated much. I've been really working on Melvin's car, getting it ready so I can give it back to him this weekend. And I think I'll throw in this video a cam comparison between the Mach, the 93, and my wife's 08 GT. I'm about to let you hang out with me for a little bit. We all have tough weeks every now and then. I'll share that with you. And I throw myself into work. Whether it's at my daytime job and I throw myself into work, trying to fix parts and get inventory and please customers and distributors and get people to, you know, basically get them what they want. End of the day, people want stuff and they're tired of waiting. And then turn around and come here and either make stuff happen for other people, which is what I'm doing, or fix my own projects like the black car and get it back on the road. So just a little public service announcement, you know, live your best life. Do good unto others, they'll do good unto you. Keep your friends close, keep your frenemies closer. And until next time, don't forget your Bud Light Lime. See you soon. Did it better. I mean, if you had to pick, you couldn't go wrong. There's really no bad choice, but that's just for camming. My mascot says, you might have forgot a choice when it comes to cams. Just because it don't hit that hard don't mean it don't go fast. So here we go. All motor. Stock motor, heads cam with a Vortex supercharger, centrifugal. Built motor, high compression, cams, VMP supercharger, E85. Let me back up. The naturally aspirated motor, high compression, 11-to-1, E85. That car runs 11 O's. This car's never been at the track. This car, I'm not sure what it ran the track. It was like 18 years ago. Stick shift, automatic. For your view and pleasure, a couple of cammed up applications. Cammed up 4-valve mod motor, cammed up push rod 5.0 302 cubic inches, and a cammed up LS 6.0. And not to be forgotten, we got the 5.7 Hemi sitting over there. No rowdy cams in it yet, but that'll be coming in the next year or two. Well, we're on our way to get my transmission. I got my co-pilot with me today. It's Good Friday, so we are on our way. It's just a 2-hour drive over here from the house, so it is a little bit of a stretch. We're driving a reliable F-150 though, so we should be there shortly. Pick up this new transmission, new for the Mach 1. All right, we just loaded up the transmission. We're leaving Kevin's house, where we got to see some of his project cars. He's got a really nice white coupe and 93 Cobra and all kind of projects he's working on. Interesting fact about this transmission I got, it used to belong to Michael Johnson, former editor of 5.0 magazine. He had a Coyote swap in a 94 Cobra he had years ago, and it had a T56 in it. So that Coyote swap ended up getting taken out of the 94 Cobra, put in a Fox body. The Fox body ended up here. I told you this guy's the Fox body whisperer. He's got the Fox body, he's taking it all apart, putting it back stock. So the Coyote motor he's keeping, the T56 he sold to me, and yeah, that's how things come full circle. So in this industry, you never know who you're gonna run into and what parts you're gonna come across. But we have a T56, we have a McLeod clutch sitting there, and we're on the way back home. So pretty eventful morning. All right, made it back home. It's Friday the 15th, about 1 o'clock. And here's what I was able to secure. This is in the flywheel, 8-bolt flywheel, McLeod IROC-Z clutch, Stifler's cross member with mount, the famous T56 transmission with an MGW shifter, and an aluminum drive shaft. This is a Cobra drive shaft. So now all I have to do is put it all in the car. Oh, and there's my shifter for the MGW. Goes on like that. So there we go. That is a complete setup that will go in the Mach 1. And the whole reason I'm doing it is because this setup is beefier to go in the black car. It's a T56 Magnum, blow-proof bell housing, IROC-Z clutch, but that's a 26 spline. And that being a 10 spline, it wouldn't have been my first choice for the Mach, and I'll probably eventually upgrade it, but for now, it's a 10 spline clutch, it's a 10 spline input shaft. When I say 10 spline, I mean this right here. This is the 10 spline, that's stock stuff. But my clutch is a 10 spline. Now, why somebody go through the trouble of buying the high dollar RX-T clutch and not doing a 26 spline input, but that's how it was when Kevin acquired it. So that's what we got. That's a really good clutch, but it's a 10 spline input. So if you're not going to the drag strip, making a ton of power where you can snap it, it's fine, but it's a really good clutch. It's just, it makes enough clamping force that it can break that input shaft. So most people go ahead and upgrade to a 26 spline. But overall, I'm probably gonna just slap that stuff into Mach 1 for now, get it up and running so I can drive it around, which is the whole point. And then later on, I'll probably pull it back out, go through it, 26 spline upgrade, get the disc upgraded for the RX-T, and then it'll be pretty rock solid. I can take this car to the track. And if you've never seen under the Mach, I do have Takiko blue shocks on the back, H&R springs, but as an old school trick, I actually have an airbag in the right side here. I have adjustable upper control arms, and I have these cool lower control arms from Maximum Motorsports, which I like. I have the factory style rear sway bar, but also have a beefed up rear end with the Ford Racing cover on it. I have a brace that goes across here, welded axle end housing ends here. I have 9-inch ends on it, which gets rid of the C-clip. It's called C-clip eliminators. So I actually bolt the axle in from the outside, which is great for drag racing. And other than that, I need to upgrade. These are factory Mach 1 subframe connectors, which are garbage. I need some upgraded subframe connectors for the car. And you can see what the Magnum looks like in here with the Cook's long tubes, 3-inch X pipe, and 3-inch cat back. That's pretty much it. I do have a K member on the car. It's a UPR K member, chromoly, H&R springs up front, the original black Takikos that came on the Mach 1 from the factory. Other than that, nothing really exotic about the car. My skinny wheels on it with the Bogart wheels and the M&H tires. Overall, just a car that makes 800 horsepower and should get down pretty much anywhere I take it. And it runs really good. These Hoosier, as you can see the tires, I've been driving it, getting on a little bit. They're a 295 50 by 16. That's a 16 by 10-inch wheel Bogart RT. That's a Hoosier drag radial. It's called their DR2 model if you're looking for the tire. Any questions on the Mach, just let me know. But now to get to work, I'll close this video out. I'll start another video on what I'm doing, but I just wanted to show you this is what I purchased and the reason why. So hope you enjoy. All right, a little quick update. I'm about to take the clutch out, but this is the 26 spline RX-T in the Mach. That's the QuickTime bell housing. And this would be the T56 Magnum transmission beside the stock 04 Cobra T56 there. So this is coming out going in the black car. That is going in the Mach 1. And when I talk about a 26 spline, this is a 26 spline shaft here. And this is a 10 spline, that's stock.